What's up, guys? It's your boy Utulane, inja yamakasi brand bafethu. Niyazi ngiphethe inja yami la ukhuthi bafethu. Namhlanje senze izinto ngenye indlela, more relaxed niyazi, as we do things, trial and error, siyayenza, siyashintsha, siyafunda, cause anyway i-platform yabantu aba open minded and aba willing to learn, yabo. So angifuni ukukhuluma kakhulu guys namhlanje cause ilanga labo mama, yabo. Yeah, but thing introduce wonke umuntu okhona guys before ngicala. That's rude. Angeke introduce ukhuthe kuphela. Shout out to Mongezi ngale. Khona uMongezi. Konje bani igama lakho? MK, yeah. Khona MK, then there's Loki, our local ghost niyamazi nani. Obvious, Mr. Township Hustler. Unathi niyamazi, he's been a guest la on the show. He's the friend of the show, like isebenza naye into eZibhayi. Yeah, sharp rhyme.
Philly, who's it?
Mnandi mfowethu.
I'm George, man. Name is Mez, Ghetto Superstar. Yeah, so I'd like to just say Happy Women's Month and Happy Women's Day to the ladies for the 9th. We were supposed to have an edition for the ladies, but yeah, some people got held up, but we would like to do one before the month ends, just to have them have their word.
Yeah, true. But so namhlanje guys, mina indlela engifuna siyenze ngayo this thing it's a freestyle, mara le freestyle yethu can it be directed maybe to abo mama or to issues they are facing or whatever things we see as abo mama abadlula kuzo on our everyday lives, because niyazi nani first thing eyokucala sekune rape culture ekhona la country of which akusiyinto egrand nama ngiyazi ibuyaphi thina sikhula bomama mfethu kuyenye into important, like most of us, like black children sikhuliswa abogogo according to what I know, and abogogo are female, so I understand lento ukuthi ibuyaphi le rape culture seyikhona. 8 models were raped by foreigners, like Joe, I understand.
I think it's deeper than that, actually.
Okay.
It's not something that just starts so dull or whatnot. I think we need to get to the root cause of this. If at school, I read something on Facebook where Umzali was complaining her child, there were 2 boys like who wanted to literally have sex with her. Now this is primary school. I read the story, but I just don't have the full details of it. But now, if kids in primary school, boys in primary school, are talking like that, then there's something wrong. There's something wrong. How do you get to that part? At that age, you're supposed to be playing, supposed to be engaging in other stuff besides that. So that's why I need to. The issue is deeper than that. It's just and then you want to start raping and whatnot. I mean, hey Joe, there's so many outlets you can go to as a guy. But why would you want to force yourself onto someone?
Outlets.
How? But it is. But it is, because at the end of the day, Joe, it's up to a lady whether she gives it up to you or not. You don't get to decide what happens. You understand? So if you're gonna take it ngengane, then uthi. My problem comes into that. Already this person is fighting. So how do you then continue? And what's the enjoyment there? Because it needs to be consensual.
Yes.
Then so you both enjoy.
Yeah.
You understand? Because it's not even about rape culture. There's just so many things wrong out. And
in terms of treating women.
Like we feel
in society.
Yeah, we feel entitled to so many things. But I also attribute that into how we were raised. For instance, as a boy child, when I was tot kube late, kube mnyama. Intombazana mele ibisendlini way before.
Yeah.
Do you see where it starts off?
Yeah.
So the problem starts off there, because now there's inequalities. Ntombazana mele igezi izitsha, mele iclean itulo. Umfana mele yenze ingadi. That's so already
gender roles.
Yeah, you're already given gender roles. Ngakayi good. So as we grow up thinking that's how it's supposed to work. So that's why our minds then start being programmed into saying, no, ngifuna umfazi wami kumele angiwashele, kumele you see.
So but because mara indlela ekuphilwe ngayo, like even history lento leyo didn't cause ama rape cases lawa khona manje ukuthi besikhule abafazi bawasha abapheka nani nani, you understand, gender roles were there before.
Agreed, and I'm not disputing that. But as we moved along and grew along, this thing started just appearing. So, if I need like it's learned. If you don't treat it, what happens? Siyakula, and it starts spreading. So, in all of this, and it's my opinion, as we grew up, the boy child was made to sit at a pedestal, and the girl child had to follow. And now, it's reversed, where women are taking up spaces where predominantly were
dominated by
men. And now it's sort of like we feel like we've got a bruised ego or something like that. But that's my opinion. That's how I see it. But now we need to come back and say, no, how do we address this issue? Because it just seems to be escalating day by day.
Like our numbers are every time. Nama cases indlela enzakala ngayo. Like ndoda yutswe ngathi khona usathana ukhona nje.
And to actually even add to that, like during Women's Month, something just goes wrong. So and now when you think of it, you've got sisters, you've got cousins, you've got who are all female. You must think, Uti, at some point they might encounter this.
Yeah, true.
How does it affect you as a male guy? And these are issues we need to start having as guys. Because some of the guys that do this, like GBV and all of are our friends.
Yeah, true.
But we don't speak up against that. We don't call them out. We can easily call out all the other guys, but we don't call out our friends. So basically meaning we are hypocrites in all of that. That we can call out the one that we don't know, but we can't call out our friends.
Yeah, looking Zozaguene. With you saying that there's an incident, okay, apparently I was not there. Apparently there's an incident that occurred at Bahama where there was a girl who was beaten by a guy, and people watched just because Ukai is someone who is well known or who is moneyed. So they couldn't intervene because even ngathi umuntu bekayenza iphathi umngani wakhe, or you understand.
You see, and that's where the problem starts. That if we're going to watch, like what's happening with society, if we now stand by, take out our phones, take footage.
Yeah, instead of ukuza.
You see, so we've become that society. We rather than, tomorrow when someone is passed on, hey, shmara, ube, ngabe, and akasekho therefore, lo muntu akasabuyi. So until we start addressing those things, because we have become the cowards, because we could become bystanders of all of that.
Yeah.
Yes, some
as
guys
men.
As men, and some guys are scared to intervene because after that tomorrow, now you are left with that mess. So now, yes, because it becomes a double-edged sword. Because when you are trying to, or even where Skilimale went. So it's at some point we need to address this thing.
Loki?
Yeah, no. I feel like you guys were just introducing this whole thing, and you've already touched on three issues. Three
true.
Issues that we can go into individually and digress throughout the show. You've spoken about rape, you've spoken about GBV, and you've spoken about gender roles. Gender roles. Yeah, gender roles and patriarchy.
Yeah.
Gender equality.
Okay.
So I think going
you
forward,
want us to divide the show like that?
Yeah. Dive
Okay.
into the topics.
Just dive into one topic when that you feel it's close to home.
No, we can start with, as Maz said, it stems from gender roles. And that starts in history.
Okay.
That starts with patriarchy, with not
So
letting
with that
women
said,
vote, having that thing, you could see the woman must be the caregiver and the caretaker. It starts from that programming.
So with that said, with what you're saying right now, are you saying we should teach our female children to behave as boys?
It's not
No,
that.
no, no, it's
You know what? You know what it is. It's more of there's a lot of things that we found like Mhlabeni, right?
Okay.
And we didn't question them because they tell you that's what it is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And manje, we are at a stage where everyone is opening up, so it's time to unlearn. So
Yeah,
that's the
okay,
main part.
okay, okay.
that
Unlearn.
word.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
word. Because
True,
I
true.
think what you're saying, I fully agree with it. Because now, imagine you're married, ne? And you want to use the patriarchy model. So you come back from work, you sit down, watch TV, right? Your wife comes back from work, needs to cook, needs to take care of the children, needs to do homeworks, needs to make sure the house is in order, and still go and perform in the bedroom. And you were there. So you could have maybe said, okay, let me just wash the dishes,
Makafika
prepare
athole
the
ukuthi
kids.
yeah.
And then when she gets there, she just adds on. Doesn't life become easier? No, we need to start thinking of, because levity, we're going to think the patriarchy way clearly is not working for us. At least from the point where I'm looking at it. Clearly it's not working for us.
Fix your mic, Mhlali. Like this part, speaking to this part mostly.
So clearly we need to work on it.
Yeah? Okay, Amanda, we will see it.
So we need to work on a lot of things, because at the end of the day, it means as guys, we are cuffed.
So, kuma gender roles, ne, kahle kahle nithi, masifundise umntwana both skills, cleaning and gardening and what and painting and what zonke. Ukuthi umntwana umfana or intombazana, it doesn't matter. Ma umfana mabakufundise na ukupheka, ukuayina, ukuwasha, yonke into.
Imagine as a guy, you go to university, you're going to go stay in res, stay alone. So who's
For
going to
the
wash?
first time.
Yeah, so who's going to wash for you?
Laundry
Okay,
mats.
I'm just saying, okay, sharp. Who's going to wash the dishes for you?
Yeah, true. Ngidla take away,
Okay,
disposable.
all right. Who's gonna iron your clothes for you?
Yeah, ngithenga ama-wash and wear.
You see, but do you see? Or okay, now you start working, you're bachelor, you live alone.
But true, lento ikhuluma iva.
You live alone. So who then starts doing those things?
I mean, I think nami I was fortunate ukuthi ngikhula mina ekhaya vele intombazana yikho. Like I'm the firstborn, you understand, with my younger brother. My mom, she's a nurse. Uchayisa ngo-7. So my mom bekazokutshela kahle ukuthi mina ngeke ngichayise ngo-7 ngibuye ngizome emabhodweni. Khohlwa. Mangikuthole so ubekabekile something nani. Ungifundisa ukupheka ngisasemncane. Mina ukupheka manje mfana ngiyakushaya blind.
But didn't she equip you with something?
Yeah, she did, you understand.
That goes back
Cleaning,
to that whole
iron, like mina
but
ikho
learned
engakwazi.
behavior. Wena ufundiswe kanjalo.
Yeah.
Abantu abaningi
Like
you
if
didn't learn that.
if ukhule kunabo chera
wena-
babhaya kini.
Angeke uzutshela umuntu usicala ukuyenza so. Kumele aqale unlearn lento le ayifundisiwe ukuthi afake into enye. Angeke uthele amanzi eglazini eligcwele.
Well, yeah, true.
But as you say, if nature is by, but everyone had a role.
Kulawo ma role where
No,
gender
no, no.
based.
Yeah, no. Bekutshintshiswana nini yithi sokugeza izitsha nini ubani ucleana kuphi ubani wenzani uyangithola. Yes, and then Tina, for extra money, obviously I don't expect a woman to be doing that but
Okay, yeah.
obviously Tina, for extra money
Yeah.
malume no it's tuning that
Yeah, uzokaya
uyangithola.
nama-chances yakuphi
Yes,
kuphi, yeah.
but now even when we went to varsity we didn't have that problem ukuthi mele pheke or mele kufunde ukupheka ayina ukwasha. No, those were already instilled.
People suffer lapha yo.
So now already we were on the go. You knew ukuthi okay pheka, even not sihlala sama out besinelanga lokupheka ukuthi pheka ba namhlanje
Yeah.
kwenzekani
Oh,
namhlanje
yeah, yeah.
uyangithola. So we need to fix and learn a whole, and it's not just gender roles, a whole lot of things we need to unlearn.
Which cause yonke lento ekhona manje.
Ziningi into ekumele sizi-unlearn nje.
In general.
In general, ziningi. I'm sorry to say, but there's a lot.
Shmara le ama-gender roles, it's tricky, guys.
It's tricky how? I need.
Because you're not expecting a woman who science in garden. But kahle women are good gardeners.
No, obviously, but angisho mina okhula lo angisho we were yangithola ekukhuleni kwethu because obviously you've got more strength uyakhona ukucenta nani. But growing up obviously they won't have the strength that you have ukushaya imforoko nani. Yes, women are godness actually.
And the lento leyo iza phela nakuma yini yaseyipanini gender equality. Yabo if ama gender roles kahle kahle aswalandeni nalapha esipanini kusho ukuthi akumelanga kunako ukuthi umfazi akakwazi ukuguga ini nani.
No.
Yeah,
which yeah.
Sexism and
Exactly.
that's classified as sexism, and it's also a big issue in the workplace. Sexism in the workplace. Obviously, nama stereotype judgment because you think okay, woman is a woman can't do that.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Because on every sector you are finding women now. In every sector, whether it be mining, all of it, truck driving, all of it. You are finding. Yeah, there's women that
I've never seen a female
no,
miner.
I've seen quite a few.
I've never seen a female miner. Bahlale bathi angisebenza emine geologist or whatever that.
But don't geologists go underground?
Akakushaka blast lapho.
No, but they do go underground because they need to check.
Yeah,
Udila
nama
ngomhlaba,
instruments to check.
Yeah, but isn't that?
Joe mara masibheka kahle bafethu like we have more strength kunezinto esikhona ukuzenza abafazi abangakhoni. Sithanda singathandi, nature intended that.
All good and well.
Yes. As much as they can carry a baby and we can't, as funny. Angali yabo in terms of treatment we need to treat them better. Yabo nabo bazi equip in such a way ukuthi makafuna ukuba independent abe akhone. Yabo njengakucala ukuthi hayi umfazi ukuze abe grandmother azashade. Yabo bengekho grand kanjalo. That's why bathola ukuthi bebabekezele emshadweni bathi kuyabekezelwa. Because uyoyithola apha enye indoda without ukushada bongabi nendlu. Bongabi na nix mawunumfazi. Bongakho allowed ukwenza into ezibhaye just because you were female. Yabo. Into engeyilwisa yileyo. But when it comes to lezi ezinye zabo equality nama gender roles khona izinto abafazi abangeba khona ukuzenza as much as not khona into esingesikhona ukuzenza.
That's standard.
Yayibona.
But at some point we need to find a way of readdressing all of this because at the moment it's just getting out of hand. I mean, if kids are getting killed, then what sick world have we become? If you're gonna see Koko Mdala and rape her, like so, ushuti the way unembeza ungasenayo ngakhona. Like umuntu omdala loya. What do you see? Like how do you even get to that point?
Ilaba ababhemayo bama drugs.
And we can't just say ilaba bama drugs but it's a societal issue. Because we can't always keep blaming ama drugs.
Abonyawo people ngomrepilana ugogo wakho mfethu. Usengcondweni right state of mind.
Speaking of gender roles, I want to ask you guys a question. What do you think about people advocating for it to be equity rather than equality? Because ziyahluka lezo
Silungu mfanami yabona manje usihlaba ngesilungu. Awukuzicacise kahle ukuthi kahle uthini.
So a simple way to explain this, two kids abangalingani size, if they want to see over a fence, sifuna ukubona ngale fence kuyadlalwa yabo, mara mina ngimude wena umfishane. Equality is angisho si equal, angisho baleka kuba equal. Mina ngithola i-crate, nawe uthola i-crate alinganayo bese ngiyakhwela. Angeke wena lelo crate lize likuncede njengami ngoba mina already ngimude ngizobona ngale. Wena usesemfishane usesene disadvantage, but that's equality. Ngithole the same thing. Bese kuba ne-equity. Equity is ukuthi where mina ngu-advantage ngemude. Thina asithole into ezokenza ukuthi wena ulingane nami.
When we won.
Yeah, that's equity. Ukuthi manje sesi on the same level, bringing the other one to the same level as
okay.
the other one. Not equity, it's
equality.
What I would have also loved would have had to have a woman here so that they could advocate for themselves as well. Because right now we're speaking from a male perspective, which we are not women. We will base our opinion on what we think. but they were needed here so that they could actually advocate for themselves.
Yeah.
So, but we were just touching on those subjects, not to say that's how it should be, or
yeah, and yes, guys, we're sharing our opinions. As Cheli, as Nix. The next thing in Zabiniti Tina, hey, what, lana, Sazi Disney. Yeah? Kulumantangi podcast, relax.
Now, if you're a woman and you're watching, just engage, like comment.
Yeah, comment on the
talk
comment
about it
section.
in the comment
Yeah.
section.
and if you feel you want to come on the platform, you're more than welcome. Because we'd like to engage so that we all come to a common ground. Because right now, what I've also noticed or seen, especially social media, is how we always having a go with one another, male versus female. We're always having a go, rather than just sitting down and saying, hey, how about we all just sit down and just have a common ground. We reach a common ground. Because it's in it's this and this. But and that's not taking us anywhere. Because rather than anything, we're in competition with one another. Same race, but we just always want to seem like this one is winning, this one. Why must it be like that?
So when concerning lento ikhuluma ye equity ne equality, what are you for?
No. When it comes to that, like, it's with me also. I'm also just not quite sure what to make of it, because that's why some people also have a problem with feminists, because sometimes I'm a feminist. I push the agenda
against the chance.
It's like they're complaining about things, but now they're reversing the things. You're doing the same thing. So you're saying like women hate men, but now you're hating men, or like, because some of them taking extreme. I'm an extremist, like, but it's tricky, because feminism does have good points. Some of them right, but then there are others that take it to a point where we see you can't. Because now you
wrong, double standards.
Yeah, you can't be advocating for stop abuse and whatnot, whereas at home you literally are the basher. He said he's stuck in the middle. He doesn't. He's in the middle. He's in the middle.
Where's into you support equity? Where's into you support equality?
So he's in there's
confused.
So there's a gray area.
No, because you'd obviously have more of an opinion on this if you're a woman, because those issues affect you directly, and obviously, So see, now all we can do is just what's the right word? Just like help it go along. Ube interactive. Magana try to understand, take a perspective here. Ngiyafunda la, or noma I'm stating my opinion. It's my opinion because I'm here to help. I'm here as a hearing ear. I'm here to help whatever agenda that I feel now. It makes sense.
Makes sense to you.
Yeah, let me help in that way. Okay. But not be a judge or anything, because those issues are not affecting us directly.
I think another thing that will make the world a better place is when we stop trying to prove each other wrong or right, but just getting along with one another.
Yeah, true.
I think the world would just,
one another.
what you just said, because everybody just wants to be right. But now we should give each other the time so that you understand my point, I understand your point. No one is right, no one is wrong, but we get to a point where we both understand. Yeah. The world will become a better place. Because right now we're just trying to prove who's right, who's wrong, and that's not helping us. Whilst people are getting killed, people are being raped. So you get where I'm getting at. You can't let a girl child now, go to a tuck shop, I won. Because you don't know what might happen as she goes to a tuck shop.
Yabona manje transport school kids. Angimshiya umntwana ngingekho aware ukuthi kwenzakalani. I need to see ukuthi khona bayamvulela or yabo ngiyabreak and ngimlanda e-gateini ngimshiya e-gateini. Because good dangerous. Like mangizoshiya umntwana wakho intombazane ekhoneni. The next thing ngifonela uthi akafikanga. You understand ukuthi mina ngiyothi mina ngimshiya ekhoneni. Ngimshiya kanjani umntwana omncane ekhoneni? and nemaraxi society kumele siphile kuyo le bekumele mangemshiya abe protected nokuthi abomakhi bayambona ukuthi hayi no siyambona umntwana bamshiyile she'll go home safe but nix.
And maybe we need to go back to the real values that we grew up on.
Yeah, true.
What it takes a village
to raise a
child. But now, right now, you're even scared to share umdana no makhelwane because you don't know what might happen.
Township hustler.
Sure.
Sharp dog.
I think in society in general there is a moral decay, yabo. From singaqala phansi from ku family unit, I understand. In a sense ukuthi when our parents were growing, bekunomama kunomama bese kuba nomntwana, there's the hierarchy. But as the world evolves in technology and the world advances, gcina sekuba naleyo breakage, I understand. In that sense ukuthi you find now abantwana bakhulisa abantwana umuntu himself na develop mara ukhulisa abanye abantwana because of the situation, I understand. And I think when you speaking the truth nowadays umuntu omubi ya makhuluma into epopular nenamanga alright makhuluma nje into engathi iqiniso mfo even nalabo abaphambi kwakho bangakujikela ngoku
that's why bebathi iqiniso liyahlaba.
Yeah, so I think we need just to go back to the basics because into ziyamoshakala like at a fast rate. We think we are advancing, but konesikshia and sometimes as humans and society masi bege pambili fear sibege nokuthi asikhuzeki, we are not teachable. Kugcina stop the process of unlearning and learning, yabona. So we just need to go back to the basics. Okay, sharp. Why bezenzakala but imanamba bamancane kusesena abazali bethu not that bezingenzakala silahla plento because now you find ukuthi even our grandparents bayisema orphanage bahamba nale knowledge siyabasusa lapha kwethu because we too busy, I understand. You get to see ukuthi
knowledge lapha
you get to see ukuthi sometimes bathi ungayenzi into noma nabo understand but bebazama ukugwema something when you thought ukuthi hayi so sometimes there's izinto bezibheke kanjalo for a reason,
for a reason, yeah, sure.
So I think if we go back to ama basics ukuthi umuntu akhulisa, man, I think if sithatha kanjalo and we are raising such kids the society can become better and umuntu madress even us guys if siyabhekana asikhuluma amaqiniso we really don't speak the truth mawenza into ayibhedayo instead comforta kuleyo nto leyo isto sengithathi swalahleka jo I think 1 2 3 ayenzo asifuni lo because sometimes yabona ngizokubekela ku groove sometimes maybe khwaze yena lo muntu
so kahle we are not honest.
Yeah, we are not honest sometimes ukhwaze yena noma ngenza into ebhedayo asikhona ukukhuluma
or going to the case bengisho le shothi untanga ucabanga ukuthi abakhona ngomkhuza cause uyi umuntu okhwaza
yeah phela mawuzomkhuza udonsa into zakhe
but there's security kuleyo ndawo security abangamkhwazelanga okuyindoda.
I think mina manginotice I could be wrong kunabantu abangathinteki, you understand. So seyibanjalo especially the culture kakhulu ugroove mfo the culture ugroove ngayibeka nakubomama nakubaba because even women themselves women utsuka endlini angananyuku azo 20 rand amela azithole kuye ophakathi and then it happens ukuthi umuntu omkhwazele ufuna kuhamba naye yabona ukuthi sekuba yamanye ama-pattern adevelopha phezu kwamamphetho.
Whereas you could have nipped it in the butt and just said anginamali, let me stay home. Manginemali, I can go and do everything for myself. And if a guy approaches me and says "Wana suyitu," we live kahle, consensual, without both of us having to force one on the other.
Because because sometimes you know ubone out shy chair shy kakhulu shy mbeke phansi hambe ubone intombazana sukuma imlandela so it beats my psyche ukuthi how it does that happen and then when you get
ukuthi uyazingena kusasa seba right labantu
because mawuzingena isala nawo so abantu basmile and then when uthini ke
yabo
so mara asikhuzeni ndoda noma ungasazwana na mara at least leyo ngalelo langa I did the right thing. Let me do that right thing for myself kahle kahle. If ngiyibona into wrong mangiyenze ukuthi lo cherry nale out kusasa bazabe babuyelene akusana ndaba but ngalelo langa I could have saved that lady's life, we understand. Noma bazobuya ba reconcile like siyabantu siyacola bacolelane but on that day at least you stood up and you did a right thing.
Yeah, Pumba's exactly right because uqale ngokuthi moral decay. So when what do your morals say
Say,
about that?
yes.
Ngcono umuntu akuzondela iqiniso.
Iqiniso yeah. Noma bongangizonda seba right
Bona
bona
kuzondela
kunandaba.
iqiniso.
But mina ngalelo langa ngiyilwela into ebe yi right according to my morals. Yeah. But no qinisile mfana there's too much moral decay. Eh?
I think
Hey.
when you say like it's scary.
Very too much.
The other day I saw kids, I think those kids were 13 or 14. They were smoking without even a fear.
Izolo lokho ngibona enye intwana encane
Sitting bahleli nje sort of on a bench or whatnot. Ayibathusi ukuthi kudlula abantu abadala or
don't care.
like-
Bangacela itosi kuwe usongitosise.
so uyangi-understand ukuthi if and kushuthi lo mntana uyongena endlini because ugwayi uyanuka for starters nezolo iyanuka so uyongena lo mntana endlini and uyangi-understand ukuthi at that age you were not even supposed to be thinking of those things to even begin with. So how are kids at that age experimenting with sex? Because by the time they're 18, what have they experimented with?
Isn't this by?
You understand? So we as a society, especially as a black nation, we're in trouble, Joe.
Too much. Because enye into mina engiyibonayo ile nto le mawungathi uyanothisa ku generation yethu indaba zemishado zenzeka later in life. Kanti kuma parents wethu our parents got married young.
But the situation was a bit different with
Yeah, that's why I'm
told.
treated like
Yeah,
that.
their situation we can understand was a bit different.
It was for survival.
But now there's so many issues involved that you need to establish yourself, make sure that I'm comfortable before nothatha umntana abantu.
No, yazi bengiyaphi ngale point. Bengiya kule ndaba yokuthi bona they were even ready to commit ngale ages. Thina kwazi ukucommita ku relationship dog. You understand? So ukuthi hayi wangihetha we move. We understand. It's because we don't have that commitment thing yokuthi let me commit to this
I
person.
disagree with you.
Okay.
Yabo Pumba, technology was supposed to, per se, bring us more knowledge and get us equipped. But what society, technology did, destroyed a whole lot of things. Perspective of how we see things and whatnot. Back then, buhlala nomkhulu or nogogo, ni ring. And he would guide you and tell you, spana so, sharp. So most, was balele, ne? So now we rely on who? The very same technology, which is destroying a whole lot of things. If you look at it and go, just sit down and just do your research on technology, social media, you'll see. They feed you what you need to, young tall. And that plays a role in our thinking. Because, yes, and now you start thinking, man, we can operate, we can operate. So, back then, bokhona noma gogo or nomkhulu. Because they would give you the best advice that you cannot find even now on any social media or any technological appliance. Because that was from experience. Lento ishilo ngithandile ukuthi labo bantu bebakhuzela kwento ayazi ukuthi le oyicala manje will lead you somewhere here. And you only realize when you're there ukuthi lo muntu bakangikhuza bekangikhuzela lento le. Naye senguyo lento le. Social media or technology will not do that for you. So
it contributes
it contributes into a whole lot of things. Our lifestyles, our terms of thinking, a whole lot of things. Technology is playing a huge role. Today we are disconnected as humans, but we're connected to our phones and all other appliances. But we're disconnected as humans. We are for 2 years. But you have their number. As long as in Kulumang social media, you're happy, it's fine. And is that not disconnected? Because I don't know how he's feeling. I don't know what's going on. Because whatever you write on an app or whatever is not really what you're going through.
And sometimes I was with
and when I come and sit and not even say anything, you are able to then offload whatever.
And we feel the energy.
I think uqinisile in a sense ukuthi ukubonisa ukuthi inalama disadvantage even in social media look at masingathi senze nje experiment ukuthi umuntu aphume acime nje social media for 2 months baningi abangagula
Sa 2 months, a week.
khona abangagula khona umuntu ongakhona ukuyiyeka ifoni esandleni even if nowathi ifoni isusela ibeke lapha kungaphuma isidumbu the way imele ihlale la you understand and you knew kudala ukuthi bumba noma bendlala estradini makushaw 6 Apollo isapha was the most important meal of the day mawuyendlini mawungayanga kuyanyiwa because there bekungana ama phones bekungana social media ningi you would talk etafuleni
bekunjani benihlala nonke kanje
bekunjani esikolweni understand there was a certain cut of time nombukela TV those things were just
you could not watch certain programs.
Yes.
Because that also plays a huge role.
Kenga kapu gugu go some client of hers. Ukumbulaza wayospanner la. Abantwana bada like wonke umntwana make uhlala la etafuleni wonke umntwana uphethe device yakhe babukela into abakhulumi cabanga. Like omunye ubukela into yakhe, omunye ubukela ama Kardashians, omunye ubukela in but they sitting etafuleni eliyi-one. I even caused ilona interaction nabo ukuthi no man sengiyabacocisa uyazi nayi man wena ubukeleni wena yabo like sengiyabenza ukuthi manje basuse nama earphone like sacoca kwabamnani ngisho lento lengayibona lapho ukuthi kahle kahle lezi zinto ziyasikhawaza singahlala kanjani sonke endlini eyi-one mabaceda lapho ukudla after ngiceda ukukhuluma nabo back to their rooms
the monster that has been created.
So I just have a question for you guys on Vele this on technology and transitioning into culture. Like, do you think that technology and social media and all of that is playing a role in perpetuating rape culture because of what people are exposed to 24/7? Like, technology is allowing even umuntu or perverted ukuthi sexualize abafazi because uhlala bona leyo image and that's what triggers them to do such things. Do you feel like it plays a role, technology, leading to rape culture?
I believe it does. A whole lot of, like with violence. So whatever your kids watch or whatever you watch, obviously it plays a role in your mind. So as you grow, you're feeding this thing. And at some point you wanna go in, what? Experiment with that. You know. So that's why at some point what you feed your mind
it's very
ultimately
important. That's why they encourage reading and whatnot.
Yes, and stay away from all these
propaganda shit,
social media stuff and whatnot. Because like Facebook works with algorithms. So the stuff that you look at the most, obviously, that's the stuff they're going to show you the most. And actually, most apps work on that.
Yeah. And that's a good right now.
You know,
algorithms.
It's not.
But it's a topic for another day.
Exactly. So now we need to literally go back and learn a whole lot of things, or else.
Yabo mina kule oyishoyo ye-social media. These things abo indoda must nan. Eish lezo zinto zilimaza abo sisi bethu jo. Lezo cause uyakhohlwa ne-background yakhe akutshele ngendoda must because ubona umngane wakhe i-out yakhe yona yenza kanjalo. You understand?
But you see, social media has that influence because even when you look on Instagram, people are always glamorous.
Yeah.
Always 24/7, 365, always. So obviously when you look at that, you're thinking, oh, that's the life. But they don't tell you behind that life what lies behind that.
On a lighter note, guys, let's just talk about great women who've done amazing things once.
There's
negative and whatnot.
No, we're not looking
because
at
women are working out there.
And there's a whole lot of them.
A whole lot
of them. The list is
endless.
As huge.
Yabo njenga like us, I'd like to say umunyu mama it was pets unoni while I chill us. I like she's doing amazing work. She's giving opportunity to every young kid obona ukuthi yena ngenza something like chillers. Akekho noyone ongangitshela namhlanje ukuthi ufike kunoni wathi angeke sikhona ukusebenza. You understand? Umvulele njengomama. Kunabo plush namhlanje. Kunabo like ngawabala ngawaceda ama event ayenzeka la.
And that is proper.
Amazing women.
There's
Nje like us. So shout out to her. Not ukuthi ngiba biased guys because uSky indawo, but even uSky indawo it shows ukuthi she's willing to help ekas. You understand? Abekanga skoloti anything. she just saw us sazikhalela wathi ayi sebenzani namanje sathi hey balcony kuyabanda wathi nali room, you understand, as you see today silas khona, it's because of a huge contribution yakanoni, so please keep on keeping on siswami uyibambe njalo.
I was going to mention, but there's too many.
There's too many.
For me, personally,
mention another one, then I'll mention another one because there's too many.
There's too many for me too. Like I can't even.
Who's the lady where Skolo Ronje? The one we were meant to interview.
Like the hands I'm saying.
Jabulile Masombuga.
Like hands I say to you, on the top of my head, already I'm thinking of about 20 women.
Yeah, just name drop.
So hence I'm saying this.
Just name drop.
Pindile Mabutiane.
Pindile Mabutiane. Bengfunda na primary.
Yeah, there's.
She was my classmate, I think from grade 1 till grade 7.
There's the ladies that work with Tsakani Foundation.
I forgot her name.
Oh.
Uba nathi konje futhi wena nyazo Foster ni manager sezigzag.
Tams.
Tams. Yeah. Nah, she's amazing.
So
so
there's quite a lot. So I don't want to seem like being biased, but
no. Anyway, we're just shouting out to every woman.
Like,
so we just name.
There's a whole lot of you guys doing phenomenal
amazing
work.
And
don't just stop. Just keep on keeping.
Yeah.
On doing what you're doing.
Doesn't mean I'm inspired by the ordinary woman. You think some of it.
Yeah, true.
Like
true.
Even
True. Baningi
abakhulile ba maloya ngale woman today.
Yes, mina mangabuzi olidla.
No makoko opayisa leo 2 case or whatnot. We might look at it as a but graduates come out of that house.
Yes.
Yabo mina ngihlale ngitshela olidla ngalo isho ama-veg Sunday ukuthi awukwazi ukuthenga ama-veg spa or kuphi why wenza kanjalo kunabo abomama bavukile baye market ukuthi basupport imindeni yabo wena uthatha le mali still uyimikisa le supporta labo mama balapha egate thenga kuba ama-veg.
I even as you mentioned that, like mina ngikhulele Tornado no Mama P, I call her Mama P, Pandora. And she's been operating for more than I think 20 years.
No, she's a businesswoman.
She has been running that thing, a male-dominated industry. She stands her own ground. So that's why I'm saying there's so many women, and
so many.
There's a lot. And now we can't be distracted by the negative stuff that's happening, and not give them their flowers. You know.
I have a question. So. To the floor, I want to know would you agree, Mangiti, women are the backbone of everything?
Obvious.
I look, 150%.
Obvious.
150%.
Obvious.
Because today, most guys, I think, I stand to be corrected, I can say 70% of guys were raised by a single woman. I can
without
safely,
them,
I can safely tell you that.
What's this place? What's the place? Mutua village, ne, or something.
I'll Google it perhaps quickly.
Yeah, but that place, ne, I'm sure that's they practice African cultures and they practice of that. So they say bona mabathandaza uNkulunkulu abathi bathi umoya na bona bathi ngokomfazi nokwendoda nangokumntwana, like in that order, you understand? But umuntu oqala that they abamphakamisayo umfazi, because without umfazi bengeke kube khona umhlaba, you understand?
The English saying says what?
Yeah, it says Credo Mutua Cultural Village.
Yeah, that place. Yeah, mawuya da bazokubavele like bakufundisa babe kumfazi phambili, like women ukuthi usikhuliswe yibo sizalwe yibo, without bona we can never be.
Isn't the saying English saying behind every successful woman? Behind every successful man?
Yeah, there's an incredible woman.
So I fully believe 150% on your question. And even guys today who are doctors, professors and whatnot can tell you that their mothers sacrificed
a lot,
so much for them to be at the point where they are at in their lives. So that's why I get shocked to see this culture that's growing in our country. Like like you ask yourself, like how? Awumdeleli umzali.
Kanjani?
Irregardless ukuthi uyini or kwenzakalani, awumdeleli.
awukwazi
And
mfethu.
that's why nintwana ezibhaya singalasti singafiki eminyakeni kumele ufike kuyo, because you cutting your blessings somewhere somehow. Yeah.
I know. Hayi kukho okuningi esingakusho guys except nje ukuthi we are proud of you. Siyanithanda abantu besifazane like sinifisela okuhle. To us men we need to do better. We need to try and sehliseni umoya man.
Not try, we need to.
We need to ukwehlisa umoya. We need to sekeleni ukuba violent, sekeleni ukuba toxic guys. Siyasimele si-engageaneni as out, call each other out, sikhuzaneni, and then nawe mawe out ivuma ukukhuzeka. Masikhuza khuzeka.
And the more out umuntu mangasakufuna ungasamfuni.
Shiya kulenga mfethu.
Shiya.
Wow, ngoba manje sofuna ukubulala umntana abantu just because akasakufuni. Like into enjani le? Ngoba nawe into mangasayifuni uyayilahla self. So now mabangasakufuni mele bakulahle mfethu. Ayikho into ongayenza.
I think to add to that, I think there's a saying that says evil prevails when good men do nothing. I think it starts from
Emakoneni.
I think it starts from Emakoneni in our own circles, but because now select kakhulu, there's a voice in man. We need to be intentional about this thing because we need to be vocal. It starts from our own circle, but it applies everywhere. Whether you are but doing the right thing, even in the wrong environment, is still the right thing.
Exactly.
Ama morals.
So we need to instill that, because if I affect, you don't know it's also affect. You may say, I affect a lot, I'm cool. Can't
complain. And you've got sisters, you've got brothers, you've got.
You understand?
moms,
It should be a reflection. Once we can hold each other accountable, I'm telling you.
Enye into ekumele siyeke mawuthi ukwenza ngathini to mawubona intombazana automatically socabanga ukumnyoba yo lo in like we need to get rid of that because yenye into creator the rape culture mawubona umunye umntwana azibonela umunye usisi omunye right omuhle like ayimuhle noma ngabe upakile it doesn't mean ukuthi manje sekumele manje and thirst oh no ngika even noma engage naye ngaleyo ndlela ukuthi wena upakile no yabo. She's African, she's a woman. Uyazi naye ukuthi upakile. Akadingi ukuthi simtshele ukuthi upakile, yabo. So masingasusa leyo mentality as men. I think into ezoyehlisa.
No, another thing is us feeling entitled to how women must dress, how must they act. We're not entitled to that because they don't tell us how we must dress or how we must no. So we must stop that entitlement on what women must dress like or all of that. Because it also starts from there.
Yes.
When you feel like I'm entitled to say uthi mele unthabise ngagcoka kanjani or ubani mele ngithola sorry for using the word thabise it's a word that came it's a word that came to mind it's a word that came to mind so sorry for that but I was just making an example. Yes.
All right guys, no isikhathi sithini lapha we done ngicabanga. Okay, no, I know, guys. No, we've had an amazing one. Shout out to Chillers for Guskaindao. Shout out to Amachance for support always. Shout out to 44 last time they came through. Shout out to everyone who's behind us. And guys, please subscribe. Gukhulu okuzayo. Kuthi nganihlebela nginicocele but angengikhona. So if you wanna see, zisondeze now. Yabo, ungahlaleli ekudini. Subscribe, follow, like, share, comment. Wenze konke kumele.
Don't forget you can also advertise on the
on the platform. We open for advertising. If you now we are born now, go to plain kanjani. You see, also beg into zakho mfethu abantu bakubone and support us. Nathi sizokwazi ukukhula sithenge equipment and grow this thing whilst we growing your business. Yabona sikhuleni sonke guys, sibambaneni as the youth. We only have each other to support one another ukuze sikhuleni guys. Yeah, so this is the Hustlers Corner, the Howlers Corner.
We're gonna need to edit that part. I need to edit that part.
This is the Howlers Corner, guys. Yeah, we'll cut it out. This is the Howlers Corner. Siyabonga guys, niyazinana ngeke bayivale yonke iminyama.
Otherwise, turn on the first stand.
Sharp.
Tweet it.
Hola.
When the howlers are howling, God keeps on blessing us. Take. We're proper. We're fine. Cruising nicely. Growing.